Do you feel like, because like I say, me working in labels, that the creative, the deadlines, even like PR, they know there's like rollouts, everything has to hit a certain time, everyone has to work to it. For you, do you feel like any of your previous projects were, I won't say rushed, but you felt you had to fit into a timeline for external reasons other than creative reasons?
Yeah, yeah, like sometimes you just have the date and you can see the date right there, and you're doing everything in your power to meet that date, Even though, like, at the end of the day, to be honest, sometimes it's my Young Preacher album, right? There's 2 songs off the album that after like a week or two were taken down from the album. Clearances, blah, blah, blah. People still consider it like a classic. It's like they say that's my best album. And I'm like, I can't, like, if the album is 14 tracks, right? And now it's 12 tracks. And people still think, so probably that extra that I'm doing is just for myself. People don't care that, if you take out 2. But like for me, the 2 matter so much. And, so maybe this album has already been ready 2 months ago, technically. And maybe the extra work I've been doing is just for myself. But I want to do that extra work for myself, and put out exactly what I want to put out, even if it just takes the first listen. That's how I look at it sometimes. I really don't care if you take down 100 songs after, but like the first time my fans get to listen to this music, it needs to be what I really want them to listen to, So I'm very paranoid. I'm very this thing like.
What are you paranoid about, or if that's the right word?
What am I paranoid about? I'm paranoid about like disappointing my fans, like I don't ever want to disappoint my fans because I feel like I don't know if so many artists can say that it's their fans that got them to where they are. Me, I'm so certain that it's my fans that got me where I am. Like, I've never felt like I've been this big publication guy, or, they put me in this place and I got all these streams from this, or, I just woke up and this person posted me and everybody's talking about me. Never really been like that. It's always just been me and my fans, just going crazy and getting people's attention, So for them, they are like if I post anything right now, like I even hesitate to post stuff because once I post, I know they're just going to be attacking me. Where's the album? What are you doing? You're talking about this when the album is not ready, So the way they feel about the album, I want to make sure that like when they click play that midnight, they're as happy as they can be,
Where are you at with it? Have you arrived there yet, or?
Yeah, I think so now I'm done with the album so I think there are 2 ways I'm done with an album. I'm done with the album in the sense that I know all the tracks on the album now, right? But I know that there are a few things I can do here and there in my head that I'm still doing, So technically, I'm happy now. I'm like, yeah, I can look at the album and say, oh, fuck, when this shit drops, it's going to go crazy, right? But I still have a lot of like small things. But those small things might, like I said, might just be for me, The album might already be ready, in most people's eyes. But for me, I still.
So I presume it's that like going in, like not reproduce it, like vocally going in,
You
tweaking
feel me?
things.
Like,
yeah, like something's not. You have to hear it again.
Exactly.
And see.
Like, oh, maybe I need to add this back up here. Maybe, put this little thing here. Most times when I do these things and my team here, they don't even notice that I did the thing that I said I was doing. They're like, oh, there's something when I do this thing, it's gonna. But they're like, I didn't hear the thing that you're talking about. So, But that one is for me to be happy and feel like the album is an experience to my fans.
I've got just a few more questions. Was there ever any period, and I don't know if there was, but was there ever any period you thought, I don't know if music, let me start again. Was there any period when you felt that you may want to give up because the reality of your circumstances was greater than the dream, like Nigeria, financially?
Every day.
Really?
Yeah, every day. Think about so personally, right, the way music currently is right now, I don't really like the space, especially like the Nigerian music space. Like, I think there's a lot of like fraud going on in the music space that I just feel like, man, I just want to get the fuck out of this place. But my fans, every time I get that feeling, my fans remind me, like, I look at it like I'm really the only person in this space making this type of shit, I can't let these guys down. So it's like, and I see them, they write for me everything that I drop. I'm like, oh no, these people, I'm like my latest song where I'm like, last real nigga, my BM, it's like, when I look around, I'm like, what happened to music being like about music, about art, about now it's like just business on business on business, everybody, arguing about this and that, clearances and, everybody just trying to get money out of this and that. Like, I'm still one of those that just wants to, make music for music, not necessarily about all the other things that surround it, but it feels like you can't get away from the business now. There's so much money in the music now, so it's like business, 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 business.
I'll interpret because I've worked in the business and I see what isn't right in the business. And when you work in it, sometimes there's things you understand but you don't speak on publicly. But is it more so when you use the word fraud? I'm going to interpret. Is it like just because some people their streams aren't what they are. Mm-hmm. Some people there's other things that people can't see why certain things are happening. And I'm presuming from what I'm getting from you is that everything you've done has been from the ground up. There wasn't an invisible hand making this happen. Where with others, it may be a bit more.
So, like, for me, I've always been like, I'm overly, I can't tell if I'm friendly or not. Like, I think I'm an easy person to, be in a room with. But I don't know if I don't know if I would say I'm friendly, right? So I've always just been a guy that's just on his own, doing his thing on his own. Do you feel me? So in music space, there's so much ass kissing, like I'm just like, I'm not really party to this. So if you don't, there's some consequences. I don't see anybody as my oga. Do you feel me? I don't see anybody that I need to be like, So when you say something, I jump through hoops. I don't give a fuck about nobody. Do you get? So that kind of a lot of people are just ready to do whatever for a little bit of clout, and it just makes me feel, and then, the fake streams, the fake, engagement farming, there's just so many things that I see in the game, and I'm just like, bro, nobody's really real anymore. It's just, so like what that has done for me is just make me say, okay, go where the love is, focus on my fans, so I just engage my fans. As far as my fans are happy, it's between me and them, it's not between me and anybody else, I don't really have I don't have friends in the industry, and I don't want to have friends in the industry because I don't think those friendships are based on anything real. I think those people just want to be friends with somebody that's hot. Do you get, in their mind, if you stop being hot, most likely the friendship disappears. You know, it's all this fraudulent, fake love and all that shit. I don't, you know, I protect my space, my energy and stuff.
I'll tell you what, one of my favorite songs of yours is Cynic Route, right? And for those who don't know about the song, like walk us through that and tell me of the studio session and how that song all came to be.
I can't remember the studio session. I can't remember, man. My memory is so shit, I can't even lie to you. So
It was a while ago, isn't it?
it's a while ago. It's like 5 years ago when I recorded that song. So I don't even know what I was talking about in that song anymore.
But when you make songs, right? Is it like is it just to get out emotions in a moment, or is it like actually maybe in my next album I want to talk about maybe something that I haven't discussed in this one? Is it like something may happen today? Okay, cool. This may come out in the studio, or is it a bit more planned? Like these are things I need to tick off as an artist.
So for me, at the end of the day, like I have a lot of things I want to do, I want to talk about, but like at the end of the day, it's like how fire is the song. You know, I have a lot of songs where I'm talking about some things, but like maybe it's just not as fire as like the whole music is. So what I want to do most times is to create the most fire shit as possible, right? So it's like I get in the studio and I'm like, how do I make the best music? If I hear this beat, what does this beat really entail? What does this beat want? You know, how do I make this sound as good as, you know, I want it to sound, you know? So, and then obviously in my album, I want to talk about like everything is my life, you know, my experiences, my personal experiences and stuff. So I don't try to be like, well, I want to talk about this particular thing or this. I just go into the mic and speak from my experiences. So it ends up being about this. It could end up being about a day in London. It could end up being about a girl that I met. It could end up being a hustling thing, but it's just me. It's like my diary, basically. You know, if I experienced something yesterday, I most likely will have something about it in the song that I record next. That's just how it is for me.
Yeah, so the last couple of questions to you. What are some of the lessons you learned being in the music industry?
I would say, so I don't know, it might be too early to say, you know. I don't know how my career is going to be in the future and everything, but I'm really convinced that it really needs to be you and your fans rather than, you know, other stuff, because you need to build something that's in people that's so real. Their emotions, how they feel about you is so real that it lasts forever in a way, because I feel like I'm one of the few people that's been blessed with an insane following from like 2018, you know, till now. And it's like, if I say new music out, you know, now, or out Friday, those people are always like, yeah, it's always crazy, you know. And it's been crazy since 2018 till now, you know. So they give me that confidence to say, you know, I can do whatever I want to do. I know these people have my back. And I feel like a lot of people, they just focus on, oh, what's trending? Oh, this is the type of beat everybody's hopping on now. Yeah, let's go and hop on this beat. Oh, this is the person that's hot now. Let's go and feature this person. This is, you know, like but for me, it's more like I have to be authentic for this, you know, because of my fans and stuff. I think I've mentioned my fans like 100 times in this interview.
No, but it's a real thing, because you know, it's when you said earlier on, when you first felt the song was big, it was going places, but you weren't necessarily attached to it. Yeah. We have these situations when artists, they got a song that goes viral and people don't even know who the artist is. Yeah. But you now know that the people, they know the artist and the music is one thing. It's not, I just like a song, I don't like the artist. It's a package where I think early on you can see that the part of the song everyone likes is maybe not your part. So you've done really well to bring that together. Was there anything that you did in particular to try and make that happen, or was it?
So, like, I had to work on myself in terms of like creating hooks, because before then, it felt like a rapper was supposed to just go and meet a singer to sing a hook for them, and you promote it and it will blow. But I'm like, if I go to my IG stories, right, and people are tagging me and I'm opening it and it's not my part that is there, what the hell am I achieving? I'm just promoting the other guy, Even if the song gets so big and whatnot, it's the other guy I'm promoting. So I have to find a way to make sure that if there's a 15 seconds that is trending everywhere, it needs to be my 15 seconds in my own song. So I started working on like my own hooks. Ever since then, I've sang like 99% of my hooks. Occasionally, I let somebody sing the hook, But yeah, I have to build something that's real. And if I get one stream, I know that one stream is somebody that, is listening to Blaqbonez. These days, TikTok can just be so crazy. This song is the biggest thing on TikTok, but it's not even your part. You have no business. The people are so crazy that you come in real life and they be like, I didn't know that song was your own. No. And you're like, bro, my name is big there. It's Blaqbonez feat, but people don't care that it's your song. They just know I know this trendy part and they move on, So
Yeah, but the streams in night, I think we've seen it that they say the disparity of the amount that it's bad. Like, I think it's at the top of the year, it was publicized, the difference. Because people before be thinking, oh, look how many monthly listeners you're getting and this, that, and the third. And it's just, how does that system affect you as an artist? Does it mean that it's just the endorsements and the shows, because the streams is going to be primarily in the continent and it's not adding up?
It's bad. It's really bad, because sometimes you see like the back ends and you see like 100,000 streams in the UK is almost probably worth more than 10 million in Nigeria. So it's like, what the hell is this? So at the end of the day, while I'm out here, I'm trying to build like a fan base here in different places in Europe, in America, where, I can build that type of like energy that I have in Nigeria, but the streams are worth, more, because it's unfortunate, man. Like, imagine 1 million streams being $300, bro. Like, that's terrible, man. Do you know how much promotion, how much effort to get 1 million streams, and then, and then maybe you push the song, it gets 10 million streams, and it looks big as 10 million streams, but then it's like 3,000, right? And then even how much did you pay the producer? How much did you pay for the mix? How much did you shoot the video? How much So at the end of the day, it's not making that much sense, but it is what it is. But there's so many other avenues to make money. There's like the endorsements, there's the shows, and then at the end of the day, still, for me, it's not directly about money. Like, obviously, I want to take care of myself and my family, but like, I don't sleep in my house like, how do I make, this money from this song? That's not really my main goal. I want to, but like, I really want to build a certain kind of legacy, But for you to build a legacy, you have to fund the legacy, fund the moves and everything. So you have to be mindful of everything. Anyway.
I guess this is my last question. It kind of piggybacks off what you just said. And it's, what is now your purpose within music now?
What is what?
Your purpose within music.
I guess my purpose is like to show that it can be done differently. You know, it's like I'm always trying to prove a point in a way. You know, like I don't have to. I'm always very excited when let's say I see like, okay, these are the songs, and then my song comes up and it's like so different. It's like I'm excited to be that guy that's just different, and maybe that's my purpose and stuff. But you know, I just want to do it my own way. I wanna go all the way, but my own way. You know, stand in front of like 10,000, 20,000 people in my own way. You know, like I had like 3 years where I did like these shows in Lagos and Abuja. Like people couldn't even believe how big those shows were. Like it was so big, you know, and it's people that fuck with who I am, you know, how I'm different. A lot of people that are bigger songs and bigger whatnot, they've not done those kind of shows in Nigeria, you know. So it shows that it can be done differently, and I guess my purpose is to show you, you know, that difference.
I'm gonna leave it there, sir, but I like it. Like you're creating your own lane with Blueprint.
Yeah.
And I think the big takeaway is you can when you sit down with artists, you can always tell the ones who really are authentic to the music.
Music, yeah. Most people aren't anymore. It's unfortunate, yeah, because, and I think that's part of what's killing our industry. It just feels like most people that came in, it's like, oh, okay, what are the options to be a young, successful Nigerian? Okay, it's either you do this or you do music or you do so. Oh, yeah. My voice is not that bad. That's what it feels like a lot of times. But
I viewed like 2 years ago, maybe definitely 2 years ago, the UK was like, oh, this Afro beats thing, you know, like all the investors were like thinking, okay, let's just, and I said to myself, I was like, and I was saying to some of the people I know quite high up in the industry, said, give it a few years, the same issues that the artists have with the structure, whether the deals, you know, certain things that doesn't look right, it's gonna start happening over there because the people are coming from a different type of poverty in Nigeria, and there's many things. There's publishing issues that are not being done correctly. There's a lot of things where it's like when people really stop and start looking at this and that, and I've started to feel like where the enthusiasm with the music is kind of like
it's to be honest, right? One of the things that hurts me the most about like where we are, like in our music this year and maybe the previous year, it doesn't feel like people want to invest in the music, like the artists. It feels like people take money and like live their life, but like are not putting the money back inside the music, because I see like people like their rollouts to their album, the visuals, it's like it's just them in the middle of the road, you know, singing the music. And I'm like, you're telling me that you've been preparing for this album. You that's what you say. I've been my debut album, or I've been cooking this album for so long. This album is so important to me, blah blah blah. But then when I see your visuals, I'm like, you just shot this video yesterday, bro. This video looks like you just called the cameraman and you just stood in front of one street somewhere and you said this is the visual. You know, where's that effort? Where's that passion? How do you, is this how you slept and saw the music in your eyes? You know, and I think that we are failing to have people that are willing to painstakingly, you know, put in that much effort to showcase our music on the level that it should be showcased. I can point very few artists that like have extensive rollouts or, you know, invest in their visuals, invest in anything. It just feels like, oh, I'm hot. I'm just gonna, you know, because the funny thing is that social media at the end of the day might give the same amount of attention to the properly shot one and the one that you randomly stood in the street. But for me, it's not about just getting the likes or whatever. It's like there's something that I want to show you, you know, and that's what is important in my mind. But most people just come in, they're just here for the money. So, this other content will cost me $100. I'll stand in the middle of this place and I'll shoot it, and I will still get the same engagement as this guy that spent this, so I'm going to do this other version. And I feel like that lack of effort is in everything, you know. I see somebody's rollout, I'm like, bro, this is all, you know, like this year, shout out to Black Sheriff, man. I looked at his rollout. I was like, wow, this is a beauty. You know, everything. I'm looking at everything he's doing. I'm like, this is an artist that cares from in here. Not a lot of people care. They're just here to get the money and blah, blah, blah. Black Sheriff probably makes more money if he did not put in that much effort into the thing. He probably takes home more money. But like, he's not that type of person that's like, I just want to take money. He wants to express his music. I'm Iron Boy. You need to see Iron Boy. You feel me? A lot of people don't care. The music is still successful. You get, so they keep doing that same cycle, and people learn from them. And it's like we just an industry of people not caring about nothing. It's just, you know, make my TikToks. You know.
Well, look, I'm looking forward to the album because again, there's no excuses.
Visually, I've shot like out of 16 tracks, I probably shot something for 12. Like, and it's so tough. Just yesterday or 2 days ago, I was 12 hours shooting, you know, one song. It's so tough. I was tired, but like, I'm tired after every shoot. It's stressful, but that's the work. I'm not gonna come and say my album is coming out and then you are just seeing me standing in the middle of the road doing randomness. No, like, you need to see the effort. You need to see the music in a beautiful light. That's how I want it to be. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Listen, sir, thank you for your time. I know people are going to fully understand the passion of the music and how much it lives within you. So again,
they will understand when this project drops. They will be like, I'm so certain that when this project drops, I don't care whether you carry the flower and come and give it to me, but like in your house, in the back, you'll be like, shit, man, this nigga, this guy is some shit. Most people wouldn't even say it to me because me, I'm not really there to be like, yeah. I don't kiss anybody's ass. I don't care what you have to say about me, but like, you respect it.